What's up, guys? So we got a user requested video. So we got the OnePlus 7 Pro versus the Bold N1, and I thought it was interesting because how does the one of the best flagships compare to one of the best budget smartphones that you can get right now? So let's go ahead and check these out. Now, the interesting thing about the designs on these phones is that they're kind of similar. They're both glass and metal designs. You have a triple camera setup, you have a dual camera setup, both have LED flash on the back. When you flip it around to the front, you do have AMOLED displays on both of these guys, which we will get into in a minute. And then on the sides, you have the volume rocker, you have the mute switch on the OnePlus, power button, and then down below, the Bold M1 still keeps the headphone jack, USB Type-C, and the speaker. You do have dual speakers, USB Type-C on the OnePlus 7 Pro, but no headphone jack. So both phones are actually about the same size and thickness, which is pretty nice. Let's go ahead and talk about the display in more detail. So you have a fluid AMOLED display, a 6.67 inches, so it's a massive display, and it's a 90 hertz display. So basically what that means is that everything is just going to run extremely smooth and fast when you're swiping and scrolling and stuff like that. So it is a curved glass display, so as you can see, it kind of curves to the edges right here, which some people don't like, so that's a personal preference. It does make the phone look and feel more premium, but it doesn't really add anything to it. Now with the Bold M1, you actually have an AMOLED display, 6.4 inches, and it is 1080 by 2340, 403 for the PPI. So when you're comparing both displays, they are similar. It's just that the OnePlus 7 Pro, it's a bigger display, and it has a 516 PPI, and it's pretty much, it's just a higher quality display to me. It just looks better, the colors look better. So when you're watching videos on these guys, you're going to be maxed out on the Bold M1 at 1080p, and you got 1440p on the OnePlus 7 Pro. So let's go ahead and check out the video so you can see for yourself. Also, you have a bigger display. Let me turn this down a little bit. And the OnePlus 7 Pro screen is much brighter. I'm going to try to turn it up. It just gives out brighter colors, if you guys can tell. Bigger display. I'm not going to knock the N1 for the smaller display. I have small hands, so I kind of prefer smaller phones, but obviously watching videos on the OnePlus 7 Pro is just absolutely beautiful. It is really an experience. The curved edges don't really distract you that much, but I can see why people don't like them. Your eyes do kind of wander at the curved edges, but it's not distracting to me once you actually get to you get used to the display. Man, the OnePlus 7 Pro's display is just gorgeous. I mean, wow. Now let's check out these speakers. So you got stereo speakers on the OnePlus 7 Pro, and you got just one single speaker on the N1. So let me go ahead and turn this guy all the way up, and we'll start off with the Bold N1. So as you can see, just much louder. So, an obvious win for the OnePlus 7 Pro, but you gotta remember you're paying, a premium price. Now let's talk about the in-display fingerprint scanner. So they both have it. The OnePlus 7 Pro fingerprint scanner is actually just supernaturally fast. I mean, it's just blazing fast. So just watch this. See if I can get this time right. 3, 2, 1. It's just like, it's almost instant. Just watch. You see? Instant. So you know, it is really fast with that, which I noticed. You can't use the pop-up camera on the Bold N1 to use the face unlock. It does not support it at all. You can use the pop-up camera for face unlock with the OnePlus 7 Pro. This is what the pop-up camera looks like on both. So as you can see, pretty similar. So $200 phone, $600 phone. Let's go ahead and keep going. Both are running Android 9.0 Pie. This will be, well, both will be upgraded to Android 10, which is really nice. You got the Snapdragon 855 on the OnePlus 7 Pro, and you got the Helio P70 processor on the N1. So for memory, you have 4 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gigabytes of storage on the Bold N1, which is extremely impressive. I really love it. Micro SD support as well, up to 128 gigs. And on the same thing for the OnePlus 7 Pro, except you have more RAM, 6 gigabytes of RAM for this base model, and 128 gigabytes of storage. Now you cannot expand the storage on the OnePlus 7 Pro, so that's where the Bold M1 beats it. It actually beats it in storage. Now let's run a quick speed test just to see, you know, if it's super far off. Obviously the 855 is going to be better. Let's go ahead and start off with the camera application. 3, 2, 1. So almost kind of the same. Let's YouTube. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, see, they're really almost about the same, but you'll see a big difference when it comes to gaming and stuff. Let's go to Instagram. 3, 2, 1. The M1 was a little bit faster. Let's go ahead and try this Call of Duty game. 3, 2, 1. So we're basically ready to go with the 855 Helio P70, still chugging along. So as you can see, when you're playing games, launching games and stuff, you know, it's going to be faster or whatever. But you know, in the real world applications, they're pretty much the same. Now let's go ahead and discuss cameras. So you have a 16 megapixel and a 5 megapixel depth sensor on the Bold N1. You can shoot at 1080p, 30 frames per second. And on the OnePlus 7 Pro, you have a 48 megapixel wide, 8 megapixel telephoto lens, and 16 megapixel ultra wide. And you can actually shoot in 4K. So, you know, obviously the OnePlus 7 Pro is going to be better. The Bold N1 kind of struggles in the picture department. So let's go ahead and go over a few photos. Now, when we take a look at this doorknob, you can see the OnePlus 7 Pro got the color of the door right. The Bold N1 kind of washed the door color out a little bit. They both have good details, just the OnePlus 7 Pro got more detail. You can see more scratches and everything just looks a little bit better on the OnePlus 7 Pro, which is no surprise. It's, you know, one of the reasons why you would pay, you know, top dollar for this phone. But it's not like the Bold M1 takes terrible pictures. Alright, so here is another picture of the trees, and as you can see, the OnePlus 7 Pro just does a better job at keeping detail, and also it's more true to life with the colors. If you look at the sky, got the clouds and everything. The Bold M1 kind of washes everything out. It just kind of makes it look a little dull. So as you can see, but like I said, they're both really good cameras. Alright, so last one of the rocks, as you can see, the OnePlus 7 Pro just took a better photo, more detail, didn't wash the colors out, it was very accurate, and it kind of looks like something you would download from a wallpaper. Honestly, the camera is really that good. And then with the OnePlus 7 Pro, you do have the wide angle, as you can see, which actually kind of washes the colors out, and now it kind of looks more like the Bold M1. But you know, you got that wide angle lens on here, which you can have fun with. And the dark mode on the OnePlus 7 Pro is much better. The Bold M1's dark mode is actually pretty bad, and I couldn't even get a really good photo. It was just bad. So, you know, cameras are superior, obviously, on the OnePlus 7 Pro. Now let's go ahead and talk about battery life and charging. So you do have a 3,500 milliamp battery on the Bold N1, and you do have fast battery charging with 18 watts. Now here's the crazy thing, you have wireless charging, 10-watt wireless charging on the Bold M1. You do not have wireless charging on the OnePlus 7 Pro. So the OnePlus 7 Pro has a 4,000 milliamp battery, but it has fast charging up to 30 watts, and this thing charges fast like crazy. I think it goes from 0 to 100 in 30 minutes, so it's absolutely nuts. So you know, that trade-off with the no wireless charging, you know, kind of sucks, but you know, whatever. So as you can see, the Bold M1 actually compared really great to the OnePlus 7 Pro. Actually, some things it actually did better, and it had more storage. You can expand the storage. It has wireless charging, which is really nice. But you know, pretty much everything else, the OnePlus 7 Pro beat it in. But overall, really good phone for $200. This was a $600 phone, the international model. So thanks for watching this video. Which one would you guys pick up? Would you spend the extra cash for the OnePlus 7 Pro, or would you just stick with the Bold M1? I will catch you guys in the next one.